Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Semifinals.
We made it. We finally made it to semifinals and then finals. This is crazy. I can't believe we're finally here.
I'm so excited.
And what a night it was.
For real.
It was really nice. I will say it was really nice to not have themes. I know Derek said it too, where it was kind of nice for there not to be a theme, not to have that focus, and just truly focus on dance and what the competition is all about. Because I feel like, especially this season, there's been so many themes, which have been great, but it's kind of nice to get away from them for a night.
There wasn't a theme, but yet there was a theme.
Well, I think it when there isn't a specific theme to the night, it gives them a chance to take their dance and create their own theme around it,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of nice. It allows them to be a little more creative, I think, rather than being told what they needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. So
I
yeah.
so.
I
Like,
also was so excited to see some of my favorite, which the paso is one of my all-time favorite dances. I love seeing how people handle the paso and the choreographies in the paso. So it was so nice to see so many paso dobles this week.
Paso, did she say your name?
I said paso so many times.
My dogs are all named after dances. So his name is Paso. His full name is Paso Doble Derek. And but we call him Paso.
He's definitely the paso doble. Although Chacha's pretty mobile too. She's pretty funny.
So we originally had Cha Cha, and then we have
Mhm.
Jitterbug, and it's Jitterbug
And
Julianne.
Jitterbug. Yes, 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 yes.
Yep.
Yes, they're all very fun. So anyway, all right, should we get started? So there wasn't an opening number this week.
No,
We
there
just
wasn't.
jumped right into the dances, which I kind of liked, but I also felt like we had a lot more troop dances in the
Which
middle, which was kind of nice.
I liked the troop dances. Like I
I
thought it
do
was
too.
kind of nice. It was a nice little feature for them too. So it was,
Yes.
yeah.
Definitely saw a few more of those this week, which I
Hmm.
really liked to see. So we started the night strong, right, with Wayne and Whitney with his Paso Doble. Started us right off the bat.
The judges were tough this week.
They were really tough.
Like I almost felt like too tough at times. But like
Yes and no.
no, I agree like that. Yes and no. But like I struggled with some of the things they were saying about Wade like this week. Like
Hmm.
I didn't I don't know. I didn't agree with all of Derek's comments, but
Yeah, I didn't really either. I mean, I feel like he was so like he had so many beautiful, strong moments. I do think that that core needed to be a little bit tighter in some of those turns and things. And I mean, I think personally I would have liked a few more of those
yes.
really super duper sharp kind of hits because they happened here and there, but they were very sprinkled in. I think he was just nervous. I don't if I'm thinking right, Wayne has never started off a night. Has he ever been the first dance of the night?
I
I
don't
don't think so. And I think
I don't
that really gave him some extra nerves going on.
yeah. There I
Because
can't
it really
fully
felt like
remember,
there
but
were
I don't yeah,
nerves.
yeah.
And I can't figure out why there were nerves. Because I mean, this is what he does for a living. Like, I mean,
He
I
lives
just,
for that audience and like he's
that's
a
what I mean.
performer.
Right, but I feel like there were little bits of nerves. Like I do kind of see where they were coming in with those nines instead of those tens because I did feel like he was a little more tense than he's been in the past. And I don't know if it was a two dance thing or if it was just a going first thing.
And I agree with that in the first number, but like when we talk about his waltz, like you know what I
Oh,
mean?
we get there, the waltz is a totally different
I
scenario.
know.
Totally different. Totally different scenario. So anything else about Wayne and his paso?
I don't think
All right,
so.
moving on.
Also,
Now
congratulations to Whitney.
yes. Yes, in case anybody didn't hear, Whitney is expecting.
Number
Um,
two.
Yeah, which I'm pretty sure I'd known she was probably working on expanding the family.
Oh
So
yeah.
that was very exciting. I've been eagerly waiting to hear that. Um, yeah, so that's pretty cool. Okay, now do we want to talk about the couples that went home? Because we had a double elimination this week.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
It's
So
kind of
next
quick.
we had Daniel, who Daniel was one of our two couples that went home.
It
All right, what
destroys
did you
me.
think about this?
For his dance or for
Yeah,
okay. Uh did which one did he have first? The waltz or the samba?
this was the samba.
The samba. So the
Mhm.
samba is very hard because there's a bounce. And you have to think about
Oh
it
no,
as
I'm sorry, he didn't have the samba. He had I don't know what he had. The samba was second. What did he have first? Not a paso.
no, because one was
Cha-cha?
ballroom and the other one was
It's the only thing I didn't write down. Was it a cha-cha?
no, because the samba was his Latin one. So I thought it was a waltz.
Oh, maybe it was a waltz. I don't know. But all I do know is like, yeah, no, you're right. I think it was a waltz. But I think what I wrote was like, what was this song choice? It had like, if you listen back to it, so we all know that Daniel cannot hear. And so to give him a song that has vibrating off beats to the actual beat was so not helping him stay in time. Like it just the
Didn't
off
fit.
beats were just bugging. They were bugging the heck out of me, and they were bothering me, and I could hear them. I can't even imagine him trying to stay on time while having an offbeat going on with the vibration. It just did not. I didn't agree with this song choice. I think it almost set him back in a way that he didn't need in the semifinals.
See, I think sometimes though, Daniel does better in the ballroom styles than the Latin
Hmm.
ones. And so
Yeah,
like even though yes, I agree with you that song was interesting. But
so bad. So bad.
um even like his frame and just his
Oh,
how he carries himself and like he portrays the story
I
like
mean, so immensely improved from the beginning and just truly
incredible.
amazing.
And he
Truly
glides.
amazing.
He's very smooth, and that's why he
Hmm.
does well in that ballroom
Right.
setting. And like I know Carrie Ann got emotional, so yeah.
Yes. I mean, there were certainly incredible things with it. And, I'm not taking that away from him. I just wish they had given him a better song that could have really helped him to, show all of the improvements that he's really done instead of giving him something that really challenged him to stay on beat. Especially considering we've had so many of those conversations through the entire season of staying on time and keeping that steady beat and doing all these things that it was just a poor song choice. So um but yeah. So anyway, I was definitely sad to see Daniel go home,
I know.
but I do feel like the two couples that should have gone home went
I
home.
agree 100%, but like
It
you just
doesn't
get
make it
attached
easier.
to all of them. So now at this point, when they leave, it's hard no matter who it is.
I know. Yeah, it doesn't make it any easier. So all right, let's move on. So now we go into Shangela and Gleb, who also had a paso for our night. What did you think of this?
I liked it. It was fun. Like I loved it when she was sitting in the throne. Lady Gaga was perfect for her.
Yes.
Um, and I feel like she does better versus how we were talking about how Daniel does better with the ballroom. She does better with like these fast snaps
100%.
here. Again, she just is not as sharp as the other contestants,
Right.
but her performance blows anybody away.
Oh, I mean that solo part was truly fire. I mean,
Right.
it was out of this world. But like you said, it's a character you can tell really enjoys portraying. She doesn't like those soft, girly, type of feels, but she's all about that hard hitting and that fire and that just
It's that passion.
Yeah. It's that passion in there, and it really fits her so well, and so this was truly a wonderful, wonderful dance for her
Yes.
this week. And even Gleb, like, you can just tell he's having so much fun this season,
I really
and I
feel like
love that.
Shangela has sparked his choreography. And, like, I
Definitely.
feel like his choreography has been stepped up a level this season.
Yeah, she's challenged him in a way that I don't think he's ever really had
So, I think
in his time on the show.
it's been good for both of them.
Mhm. I totally agree. Can we also just talk about the fact that we took a split second for our last master class to separate something we've discussed in the past, which was the difference between the Viennese waltz and a waltz.
Yep.
So that was so fun. I was like, yes,
We
now I
finally
get to
know
learn.
the answer. But I also love that they brought Len in too.
I know, I know. So yes, for anybody that was not listening, Len has announced that this is his final season. He is officially retiring.
He's a legend.
He's
So,
such a
like,
legend.
in the ballroom, like, so many people know him. He is a judge, you know what I mean? Like, it's
Do
an
you
honor to be,
remember?
like, critiqued by him.
Yeah, yeah. Do you remember, this was, oh my gosh, seasons. I would say like within the first 10 seasons. Do you remember when there was a moment when Derek was on and he had to do a waltz with his contestant and they did the waltz and he was portraying when Len was young and they were telling the story of when Len was young and then he had Len come in and dance with his
At
partner?
the end, yeah. They should re-show that.
They really should because that was like one of my most favorite moments. It's so wonderful. Yeah,
Like,
maybe we can like link it below or something so
I
that people
totally
can
forgot about that until you just, like, brought it up, but, like, they really should, like, do that next season. Or not
yeah,
next
we'll have to
season,
see if
but,
we
like,
can
the next
find it, Court, and
show.
link it below so
You
that our,
have to.
people can check it out because it really is so much fun. And that was
Mhm.
just such a cool moment and to get a little history and
Who was Derek's
yeah,
partner for that?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
Was
Jennifer
it?
Grey.
I don't remember. I can picture her. She's got blonde hair, but I can't think
Blonde?
of who it was. Yeah, I
With
thought it was a
blonde hair?
blonde. Mm-hmm.
Is that Jenny Garth? Was that his first one?
Maybe,
Was that his
maybe.
first one?
Oh golly, maybe. Was that his first time he was on the
Or
show?
was it Kelly Pickler?
Mm-mm. I don't think it was Kelly.
Jenny
I don't know.
was his first partner.
Yeah, so maybe. I think so. We'll have to see if we can find it. But anyway, all right. So going back, sorry, that was just a little backtrack
Girl.
there. And yeah, so okay, so moving on. Viennese waltz. Speaking of Viennese waltz, this was a perfect segue into Charlie and Mark, who did a Viennese waltz. What do you
Okay.
think?
I'm probably gonna get hate on this comment that I'm about to say.
Go
And
ahead.
you can't take it away from her. She is the best dancer in this competition.
Uh-huh.
She is stunning. Her, like, it's very different and people don't understand because the thing that people, when I'm reading online, are getting very upset because they're saying she's a professional dancer already. And she's not a professional dancer.
No.
She's a competitive dancer. You can grow up dancing. The people, like, there are so many different styles. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. If you have dance experience, do you have a leg up on this competition? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But Shangela has dance experience. Wayne has dance experience.
Look back at every past season. There's always
Alfonso had
somebody on the
danced
show,
a
right? There's
ton of dance.
always someone that stands out that has that history. It does not mean they are going to win. It
Right.
does not give them, a 100% chance that they're going to win. And so I think, she's just a young girl that just thought she would do something fun and something out of the box, and man, do I give her credit for it because she
And
truly has come such a
well,
long way and I don't think people give her enough credit.
I think she has found such a passion with
Mhm.
doing this. Like I don't see her stopping. And
No.
like how Derek said, like you are the first celebrity that looks like a ballroom dancer. Well, because sometimes when you do something, you are just natural at it. You
Yeah.
know, when
And
I
she
grew up
really is.
when I grew up dancing, tapping was my thing. I love tap. Like tap was it. Now, if I tried to do hip hop, it's just a comedy show on stage.
I don't think you give yourself enough credit, but okay.
But, there's different styles that fit people.
Right.
And so, yes, when I say style, because I'm going to talk about ballroom, there's a whole lot of styles even within ballroom, but that genre of just ballroom dancing fits Charlie so well. And
Hmm.
she's still a student, so she's growing. And because she is younger, she can grasp on a lot more than some of
Right.
the older contestants. So I don't think people realize that she's not a professional dancer in that, but she does have a leg up on the competition. I'm not going to deny that.
Right.
And she's young, which works in her favor.
Yeah. But even just, even just Mark, and we've always seen this out of Mark when he's been in this competition. He really does challenge his partners to do a lot. And she has taken that bull by the horns and really just gone with it.
He
And
he has read
ah,
her potential perfectly, and like
yes.
he pushes her, and that makes a good teacher. And each of these pros are good teachers, and it would be very interesting each pro getting somebody at the exact same level. Now that won't ever happen,
Right.
but as in that role as the choreographer, you are supposed to see the potential that your celebrity has and pull
Right.
out what they can do, and Mark is doing that exactly.
Yeah, well, the other difference is, when, we look at these celebrities and you look at the ballroom dancers, the expectation for a woman in ballroom dance and a male in ballroom dance are completely different.
So
So
different.
you can't even really, it's even hard to even sit here and say, that Wayne has also done a fantastic job because he has, but it's a completely different expectation for the male ballroom dancers than it is for the female ballroom dancers.
You think to so you think you can dance. It's always interesting. They always eliminate a male and a female.
Right.
And it always bugged me, like, why are you getting rid of a male and a female and you get it down to like the top two males and the top two females, and you have to pick one of them? If we're
Right.
just going for one, it shouldn't matter.
No, because the
Or
expectation is completely different.
right. Or you need to pick your top male dancer and your top female dancer.
Right.
You know what
Like,
I
I feel
mean?
like this is a good conversation segue into Trevor and Emma, who did a cha-cha to start us off. Honest and truly, it took way too long to get into context. I felt like Emma was just dancing around Trevor, and it was a prime example of exactly what I'm saying, where the male does not have the same expectation that the women's do. The women need to do flips and tricks and splits and all of these, you know, dancing things that essentially, yeah, the guy could just stand there and look good and it kind of works sometimes, but not always. I'm
Okay,
not saying that this is always, they do still have it hard,
yes,
but it's just different. It's
yes
just
and
different.
no, because there's so much leading though for the male part. Like
Oh, they have to lead. They need the
because like
strength and the
I
the
I will
core
say
strength is out of this world.
when
So
you
yeah,
talk to Julianne and Derek, like it's very interesting. Like Julianne could be like, okay, like try to dance and like try to get another guy to dance and cannot lead very easily. Where Derek gives you and like he can twirl you and make the girl look good. And
hmm,
that is just by positioning of the body and
right,
knowing how to lead and movement wise and that control. But like, and you have to be strong.
yeah,
And
oh
so,
yeah,
like, there is so much in the strength component that
right.
a female does not need. So
There you
there
go.
are things that male and female dancers are just so separate that you can't compare.
No, that's why this is so hard to do because you're exactly right. I mean, it's so hard to sit here and say that because of Wayne's expertise outside of this and his growth outside of it within this is completely different than Charlie's.
Mm-hmm.
It's different expectations, it's different growth. So that's where I'm coming back to here in saying that, you have to look at it from a whole picture. You really have to sit here and say, okay, let's look at every single aspect of what they are challenged to do week after week and how have they grown. And every single one of them has grown so much
Yep.
through this competition, whether it is through strength, whether it's through posture, whether it's through, sharpness, all these various things that we hear week after week.
I have to say though, for Trevor and Emma's cha-cha, it was not my favorite.
No,
I didn't
no, yeah.
I didn't enjoy it.
I mean, his strength and his movements had gotten a lot better,
Did we
but
skip his waltz? Because didn't he have a waltz first, or did the waltz
no, he had the cha-cha first,
I can't
and then
keep
he
them
had the
straight.
waltz second.
I'm like blending them all
I
together now.
normally will write exactly what dance they did, but Daniel's the only one that I forgot to. But yeah, so it just like I said, it took too long to get into actual context.
The
I
cha-cha, like there was one point where Emma like danced around him and he had a face, and the face looked like he was bored.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like
Like, it was literally just her dancing around him, and he was just kind of like, okay,
yeah,
at least she's good looking.
it was not the best dance. I don't know.
No, it did not help him at all to feel like they were gonna stay because I was like, this is it. This is, and I think she knew that too by even telling him like that she always gets out on the night that her partner does a cha-cha. It was like, okay, well, it's gonna happen for a third time because it's just you're not making it past tonight. It's just not gonna happen. So I know. I mean, he's another one though that has really come such a long way from when he started, when he was literally petrified to do it. I don't even know what made
I'm
him do it, but
honestly shocked he made it this far. Like
me too.
I did not put him in this categories to even like make it
Come
this
on,
far.
getting saved what, 3 times or twice?
I think three.
Twice. 3.
I
I
think
think so.
it was three.
So that's what I'm saying. So to be saved 3 times is like unheard of.
Right.
So it goes to show that the judges all felt that he had a lot of potential, and it was nice to see it. And I do think we saw a lot more of that in the waltz than Emma gave him an opportunity to in the cha-cha. The cha-cha
Mhm.
was just not that, I never
Ballroom
really
though
like to
has
talk about the
always,
choreography, but
for him, the slower songs have always worked better for him.
always,
Mhm.
always the Roombas, those waltzes, they were always better. Um, but yeah, it was not it was just not done well for
Yeah.
him. So, all right, moving into, oh, we have one left. Gabby. Gabby
Oh,
and Val ended us with a waltz to end the first half.
that was beautiful too. I
Beautiful.
also
The
her
turn sections. Oh my gosh, they're stunning.
dance is beautiful. She did like a back layout.
Mm-hmm.
Her arch was gorgeous. But also, can we just have a moment for that dress? Blue and purple sparkle. Like, I
Gorgeous.
want it just to wear. Like, I'll just go to the
Absolutely gorgeous.
store and wear that dress. It was
It was
phenomenal.
it was beautiful. It was so, so pretty. She's another one that I know we've bounced back and forth with a lot through the season.
She grew because, like, at the beginning of the season, I, I didn't
No.
care for her dancing. And I
No.
know, like, at the beginning, judges loved her. And I
Mhm.
was like, and I'm not saying when I say I don't care for her dancing, she always has been a beautiful dancer.
Right. It's the
What I mean
portrayal.
is when they had the three and they kept scoring all together, I felt she was so much weaker than
Mhm.
Charlie and Wayne. And then I don't remember what week it was. I
It was whatever was after Disney Week.
it, yeah.
It was right after Disney Week that she really started to like and I don't know if it's maybe just that we're not in the ballroom, that we're on a TV screen, and maybe
Well,
it's
but
just
it
the
was
portrayal to the
after that,
camera. I
then
don't
like
know.
she started to like really hit it because she wasn't as sharp.
Right.
And then like it's grown and like beautiful. Like
Yeah.
now she's matching Charlie. Like, it's phenomenal.
It was very cool, and it's been very cool to see, and I really give her props. And I think, this week was tough, with the breakup and everything that generally comes after the Bachelorette is done. But
When they
I
said they
think
broke up, I was like, shocker.
shocker, because I'm really shocked by that. But anyway, um, but I think it gave her an opportunity to really put some of that emotion in there.
Hmm.
And you could tell that she really was just in a really good place. And,
Yeah.
Val being a great support system. And I know, um, why am I blanking on his wife's name right now?
Jenna?
Jenna. I'm like, why is my brain not working? Yeah, and I'm sure Jenna is a really great support system too, because I know she's there constantly, and um, so she's got a lot of great people around her to get through this. And
Hmm.
yeah. All right, moving on to the second half. Let's get, bless through these here. So we had Wayne with the Viennese waltz that started us off.
It's gorgeous,
Beautiful. So
stunning.
pretty.
And I know judges gave him even critiques on this one, and this is the one I did not agree with. Like,
No, totally.
I it should have been all tens. Like,
Definitely.
he was in tears at the end. I was in tears at the end. Everyone's crying at the end.
Uh-huh.
Like, tens. And like, I have to say though, like, Carrie Ann made a comment about how, yes, like there's technique and components with ballroom and stuff like that, which I agree. But there's components of emotion where when you have that combination of technique and emotion, it makes a phenomenal dance. But I feel like if you had to pick, to me, the performance and that connection is stronger than
Definitely.
technique. I don't care about technique as much as long as you tell me a good story and it looks pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I and that is me as a trained dancer,
Right.
personally. I would much rather connect to you because I think that dancing is an outlet of expression.
Definitely.
And yes, there's technique and form to it, but I don't really care about that if you're going to tell me a beautiful story.
Right. And he
So, like,
certainly did.
and that's what happened, and I thought it deserved tens. Just my
I
two
agree.
cents.
Nope, totally agree. Okay, so now we had Daniel with his samba, which was so fire at times. It was just like there were just so many like just beautiful parts that were really great.
Yes and no. He struggled with that bounce though.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
And
Yeah,
the thing though with people with samba, like you think, okay, there's a bounce, like okay, we're bouncing thing. But when you think about dance, dance is lateral,
mm-hmm.
right? Like you're moving long, you're transitioning, everything is sideways. Okay. Not and even like jumps, you're moving this way. Yes, there's an up component, but not in every motion do you have a vertical up down line.
Right. And that's what makes the samba so hard.
So
That's why
hard.
every single time a couple gets it, what did they say? This is the hardest dance. This is the
Mm-hmm.
hardest style.
And
Because it does. You're right.
which it so it's a whole nother concept. But then not being able to hear the beats and the bounce correlates with those beats so much. I was like, I almost felt like it was unfair, but at the same time, I'm like, it is fair because other couples have had it,
Right.
but it's such a challenging thing to be able to even convey that to Daniel in Britt's position,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
explain it.
Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah,
So, okay, now we've got Shangela with her Viennese waltz. I feel like if you're gonna watch one dance from this week, make it
it's
this
this
one.
one.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Stunning in the outfit.
Pure joy,
Stunning.
tears. Wow. Stunning. I have nothing else to say.
My favorite though, going back to the, I think it was there in the paso. They're like, if you could just touch one person, and she's like, well, I need all four of you,
Right,
or
right. And there's
something
just like,
like
I need to
that.
touch all four of you at least.
Right.
Plus everybody at home.
That comment, it just made me laugh. It made me smile.
Yes, definitely. Okay, and then we have Charlie and Mark with Paso.
Okay, if you want like a stunning dance, like just
This is
want,
another one.
if you just want to watch a dance for the pure, like what
A Paso should
a
be.
paso should be, like this is classical paso. Costume was classical paso. Her
Yeah.
solo at the beginning, like, Oh, it was beautiful. Just watch it.
Yeah, yeah,
All
it
times.
was so good. Like so, so good. So, okay. Then we had Trevor with his waltz, which had just a lot of stumbles and
Stumble, although I do have to
yeah,
say he's better at the slower dancers. So to me,
yeah,
even though there were mistakes, it flowed a lot nicer
yes,
compared to the
definitely,
cha-cha, and I felt like his performance was better.
definitely. And then last but not least, we have Gabby with her paso, which was so strong. And
Hmm.
what a great way to end the night, to end the semis.
Absolutely.
So yeah. All right. So Trevor and Daniel went home. So now we have four couples left to get us into the finals. We get to see freestyles, which are always
I
phenomenal.
am just hoping that Shangela does the death drop.
Yeah, we'll
I
see.
wanted to
We've
see
been
it all
waiting.
season long, and
We've
I'm
been
like, when are you
waiting.
bringing this out? So I'm hoping.
It's got to come in freestyle. I don't know when
Got
else it
to.
will. So we'll see, but it's going to be a very wild week, and I truly think it is anybody's game.
It really is. It just depends on the public who's voting.
Yep. So get those votes in. Online is really super easy. And just get those
215,
votes in.
is it 21523 or what? Yeah,
Oh, I just go right to the website and just go
I
there.
text.
Yeah. Yeah, whichever is easier for you. Um, but yeah, so we shall see. It's gonna be very interesting
Yes.
because
Who do
it's
you think's
truly
gonna win?
anybody's game.
Comment below.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know who you think because I'm really torn.
I want Wayne.
I want Wayne to win. Wayne is my want.
I
I
think it
don't
may be Charlie
know.
though.
I think it really might be. She's got
Just
such a
because,
following, and now you have to imagine everybody that was voting for mom is now obviously going to vote for Charlie. So
and you're on
got that
Disney
going.
Plus, which has a younger demographic, so like
Right.
I'm still leaning towards Charlie.
Yes,
But
I really do. But I also think Mark, I mean, he's had a phenomenal season. So
well, and
from
Mark
a
has a huge following, and the other thing too is if you're a fan of Derek or Julianne, you're
yeah,
also voting for Mark too.
right.
So like
Yeah. So, I agree. I think it's going to be, I think the mirror ball is going to go to Charlie and Mark. But with that being said, do not count Shangela out and do not count Gabby out because it can be truly anybody's game.
if
And
I
I
hit
really do believe
if
that.
I had to guess, it would go Charlie in first, Wayne in second, Shangela in third, and Gabby in fourth.
That's what I'm thinking too.
I though would absolutely love those Shangela won.
Me
I
too.
just really want them to say that Shangela is going on tour because she'll be the fabulous host to like co-host with Emma. It would be amazing, and I really want
I
to be
think it's
there
gonna
because I
come.
have
I
VIP.
really think it's gonna come.
They're here. I know they're doing a tour dance for the finale.
Cool. I'm
So
excited to see what's gonna happen because I mean they're gonna be chock full of surprises. They always are. There's always some kind of, not always, but a lot of the time there are little surprises that kind of get sprinkled in there, and I think
well, it's
we'll see
usually more
something.
than one celebrity that goes too.
Right.
Usually they try to get a handful and then it's a mix of who's at what show.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So it'll be interesting to see.
mhm.
I don't know. We'll find out pretty soon here next week.
I know I'm excited just to see everybody back too.
Yeah, yeah. So, all right, everyone. Well, we'll be excited to hear and comments below to see who you think is going to be our winner next week. And then let me real fast. I did look up that video we were talking about. It was Nastia.
Oh, Nastia Lukin.
Hmm. Yep, that's who did it. That was
I met Nastia
yes,
at his move show.
7 years ago. Well, that's when that video was posted though. So I don't know when she was in it, but yes, that's who it was. I went and Googled it while we were chatting because it was driving me crazy. I'm like, I need to know when this was.
I'm gonna have to look up the dance after we're done here because I want to
Yeah,
watch
right.
it.
So it was. I was just trying to see when She won. They placed fourth.
I was like, they didn't win.
Was it really season 20?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, so season 20, and they placed fourth on that
That was the
season.
season he was going back and forth from New York to there because he was in this Rocket Spring Spectacular.
Got
And
it.
they were rehearsing their tango dance when I was on the Rocket or the Radio Studio Musical Hall um, tour, and I was like walking by with our like tour, and they're rehearsing. And I was like, oh my goodness, they're rehearsing, and there was a bit like security guard outside who was like watching everyone. And I was like, but it's Derek and Nastia.
That's awesome. Yeah, so that's the routine. And like I said, if anybody wants to check that out, it's pretty cool. We could probably check a link underneath. So, all right. We shall see you at the finale. One more week, everyone, and we'll see what it brings.
I know, I can't believe next week will be like our last little vlog.
Wild.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy. This
So
has been fun.
I
It's
know.
been a lot of fun. So, all right,
See you
everyone.
next week,
We'll see you
guys.
next week.
Bye.
Bye.